It's December here in Branson, Missouri, and today we're headed out for a little scenic exploring. We're making our way over to Table Rock Lake to check out an area that we haven't looked at before, one with some newer family-style nightly rentals tucked along an arm of the lake. From there, we'll take a beautiful drive along the shoreline and follow the back way into Big Cedar Lodge. We'll make our way through the property for a look around before headed back toward Branson to wrap up the day with dinner at one of our favorite restaurants. So come along as we explore more of the Table Rock Lake area and wander through Big Cedar and enjoy another cozy December evening here in Branson. We're staying at the Vineyards this trip since our own condo is occupied by guests. The Vineyards sit about a mile and a half from the Branson Strip, close to Table Rock Lake, with a super convenient entrance right off of Highway 265. It's a solid location, close enough to everything without being right in the middle of the traffic, and during busy times of the year, especially around the holidays, it can be a pretty good value. We'll head out to Highway 265 and get going. But first, let's take a quick look at a map so you can see where we're headed. We'll turn south on 265, make our way past the chateau on the lake, and then cross over Table Rock Dam. From there, we'll continue past the Showboat, Branson Bell, and Table Rock State Park until we reach Highway 165. We'll turn right to stay on 265, and then, just as 265 starts curving back to the left toward Highway 65 in Hollister, we'll turn off briefly onto Windmill Road and follow Highway P back down toward the lake. Whew! No wonder I've never found this area before. When we zoom in on the area, you can see there are all kinds of streets and little roads winding around out here. There's a mix of things in this spot, a residential neighborhood, a collection of rental cabins called Big Bear Resort, and these newer family-style nightly rentals that set up above the lake. You'll also see a few retail and service businesses scattered throughout the area, adding a bit of activity to this otherwise quiet stretch near the lake. That's where we're picking up our drive today. Let's head in and take a look around. These newer family-styled nightly rentals are tucked down toward the end of the road and set up on the hillside overlooking the lake. Across this arm of the lake is the area that borders the backside of Big Cedar. I couldn't really find an official name for this spot, but it looks like several different rental management companies, both local and online, have properties here, along with listings on VRBO and Airbnb. It's a quiet little pocket of the lake with some great views, so we'll take a slow drive through and see what it looks like. These rentals have great sunset views out over the lake from Emerald Point. They border the Westgate Branson Lakes Resort, Emerald Point Resort, and Emerald Bay, but they're separated by a fence, and there's no road access connecting this area to any of those properties. It's its own little pocket along the hillside, quiet and tucked away, with some beautiful views over this arm of the lake. Let's head back along the main road through the residential section that runs along the lakefront. From there, we'll make our way back up Route P and reconnect with Windmill Road. Let's take one more look at the map. We're headed out of this area and back up Route P to Windmill Road, where we'll turn right and make our way down the hill, crossing the creek to the other side of the lake's arm. This road will follow the shoreline and eventually lead us to the back side of Big Cedar Lodge, just beyond Paradise Point Resort. Let's pick up our drive as we head down the hill. This is a really scenic stretch, and it's a great way to see a side of the lake most people don't get to experience. After reaching the bottom of the hill, we cross the creek and start climbing the next rise, with the lake visible to our right through the trees. As we near the top, the trees open up and we come back to houses lining the road, each with views overlooking the lake. It's a peaceful stretch tucked into the hillside and full of those classic Table Rock Lake scenes. At the very top of the hill, we arrive at Paradise Point Resort, a Hilton vacation resort. While it isn't technically part of Big Cedar Lodge, it's certainly right nearby and fits in with the scenic lakeside surroundings. We'll need to turn left onto one of these side streets to get over to Big Cedar, but before we do that, let's continue on and finish the drive to the end of this road. It's a quiet stretch with a few more homes and some nice views, so we'll follow it all the way through before looping back. Let's turn around and head back toward Big Cedar. We'll make our way back up the road and take one of those side streets we passed earlier that leads us into the resort area. After turning onto one of the side streets and making our way over to McMean Drive, we drove right down into the Big Cedar Resort area. Big Cedar is one of those places that feels really tucked away in the Ozark Hills, even though it's just minutes from Branson. It's a sprawling wilderness-style resort with cabins, lodges, and cottages spread out across the property, all nestled among the trees and overlooking Table Rock Lake. Everything has that classic rustic lodge feel: stonework, timber buildings, winding roads, and beautifully maintained grounds. And since it's Christmas, the resort hosts a paid drive-through light display at night. The whole route is lined with festive lights and holiday scenes, and it brings a really warm, seasonal atmosphere to the property. It's a fun way to experience Big Cedar this time of year, even if you're not staying on site. It really is a beautiful area to drive through, especially around the holidays. Let's head back up the hill toward the main entrance and make a quick stop at the scenic overlook of Table Rock Lake at the top of the hill. It's always a great spot to take in the view of the water and the surrounding hills. The area we're looking at from the overlook is the area we were driving earlier in this video, including the nightly rental retreat-style lodging at the beginning of the video. Before leaving the area, we thought we'd swing by the nearby Thunder Ridge Nature Arena to take a look around, but after driving around for a bit, we found that the entrances to the parking areas and the surrounding roads were closed, and we couldn't get anywhere close enough to actually see the arena. So, with that, we headed back out and made our way toward Branson for dinner. We headed to one of our favorite restaurants in Branson, Little Hacienda. This Mexican restaurant is located just off the west end of the Branson Strip and is actually the second location, with the original restaurant in nearby Hollister. We did a video recently on 5 new restaurants to try and included Little Hacienda if you're interested in checking that out. I'll put a link in the description below. Little Hacienda has a large food and drink menu with a wide variety of options, as you can see here. We were served chips and salsa while we looked over the menu and then placed our orders. The food here is excellent, and the meal, along with the atmosphere, makes for a really enjoyable dining experience. A perfect way to wrap up the day and this video.
Thank you.
Enjoy it, please, my friend.
Quesadilla. Very tasty.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this kind of content, like the video, share it with friends, and leave us a comment to let us know what you think. We invite you to join us on our website at findushere.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Meanwhile, check out this video next for more travel fun, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our new content. Your subscription is always free, helps us grow the channel, and is always greatly appreciated.